What just came out of Philly has the entire Eagles nation in disbelief. The birds are soaring at 7-2, eyes locked on another Super Bowl run, but this latest twist in the defensive backfield feels like a gut punch. Whispers from the locker room have been building, and now it's hit the headlines, another veteran stepping away right when we need him most. The tension is thick under the link lights, fans holding their breath as the roster drama unfolds. If you're part of this crew, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and join the conversation. This community runs on real fans like you. And the name at the heart of this storm, Jaire Alexander. The two-time All-Pro cornerback, freshly traded to the Eagles from the Ravens just over a week ago, has decided to step away from football. Not injured, not traded again, but stepping back to focus on his physical and mental health. It's the second time this season a defensive vet has blindsided Philly. First saw Darius Smith with his abrupt retirement, now Alexander pulling the plug before even suiting up in green. Let's rewind this roller coaster. Alexander, the 27-year-old former first-round pick out of Louisville, burst onto the scene with the Green Bay Packers in 2018 like a force of nature. Picked 18th overall, he quickly became the shutdown corner everyone feared. His blend of speed, instincts, and that trash-talking edge made him a nightmare for quarterbacks. By 2020, he was earning first-team All-Pro honors, locking down receivers and picking off passes with flair. 2 Pro Bowls followed, and in May 2022, he inked that monster 4-year, $84 million extension with Green Bay, complete with a $30 million signing bonus. On paper, the guy was the cornerstone of a defense destined for playoffs. But football's a brutal game, and Alexander's path took some wild detours. Injuries started piling up like storm clouds over Lambeau. In 2021, he played just 4 games before a shoulder issue sidelined him. 2023, 7 games, knee problems. This year with the Packers before the trade, another 7 nagging ailments keeping him in and out. Add in a 1-game suspension in 2023 for conduct detrimental to the team, that bizarre episode where he named himself captain for a game near his hometown against the Panthers. He even handled the coin toss, won it, but goofed on the call, asking for defense first like he was running the show. Coaches were floored. It was pure chaos, the kind that defines Alexander's unpredictable streak. Fast forward to this offseason. Alexander hit free agency after Green Bay moved on, seeking stability. He signed a 1-year, $4.5 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens, hoping for a fresh start in purple. But things didn't click. Limited play, whispers of frustration, and before long the trade wires lit up. On November 2, the Eagles pulled the trigger, sending picks to Baltimore for the corner who could shore up their secondary. Philly's been desperate for competent CB help. Trades for Jacorian Bennett and Michael Carter earlier this season hadn't fully panned out. Alexander, he seemed like the high-upside gamble, the talent that could flip the script on a defense already carrying the load in a 7-2 start. When he landed in Philly, the vibes were electric. Just days ago, on November 7, Alexander chatted with the local media, all smiles. "It's like being in a new school, getting to know everybody," he said in a YouTube clip. "This is amazing. Dream come true being with the Eagles." He brushed off any physical setbacks from Baltimore, insisting the transition was easy. Fans ate it up, the city bleeds green, and a star like Jaire talking up the dream. It felt like destiny, the kind of move that ignites playoff fire, but reality crashed in fast. Reports from Jay Glazer on November 11 dropped the bomb. Alexander informed the Eagles he's stepping away to get himself right, physically and mentally, before eyeing his future. Diana Rossini from The Athletic chimed in, saying he's contemplating retirement but taking time to think. Sources kept it private, but the shock rippled through the league. For a team chasing back-to-back Lombardi trophies, losing a potential game-changer before he even practices, it's a dagger. Zoom out, and this isn't isolated. Remember Darius Smith? The 33-year-old edge rusher signed a 1-year, $4.25 million pact in September, only to retire via Instagram a month later after 5 games, 10 tackles, and 1.5 sacks. Sudden stunning left the D-line thinner. Now Alexander joins that club, amplifying the frustration. Howie Roseman's aggressive trade deadline moves were supposed to bolster the back 7, not haunt it. The Eagles' secondary has been patchwork, relying on youth and grit, but with Alexander's upside off the table, questions swirl. Can Darius Slay hold it down solo? Will the next trade fix this, or is it a sign of deeper issues? The emotional toll on Eagles Nation can't be overstated. We're talking about a fanbase that lives and breathes this team, the parade route still fresh from last year's Super Bowl glory. Every setback stings like a missed field goal in overtime. Alexander's talent was the spark we craved, the shutdown presence to pair with the pass rush. Instead, we're left pondering his legacy, prodigious gifts marred by the grind. 27 years old at the peak, or is he? The mental side of the game is as fierce as the physical, and if Jaire needs time, who are we to judge? But damn the timing. Under the link lights, the fight goes on. Philly's resilient, forged in brotherly love and unyielding spirit. This crew's been through rebuilds, heartbreaks, and triumphs. Another curveball won't break us. As the bye week looms, eyes turn to the front office. Desperation for a cornerback bruise, the waiver wire, free agents, maybe another deal. The path to the Super Bowl just got rockier, but the green wave rolls forward. Fly, Philly, fly, that's the chant echoing through the streets, a reminder that in this city we rise. Diving deeper into Alexander's saga, it's a tale as old as the NFL itself, raw talent colliding with the human cost of the sport. Back in Green Bay, Jaire wasn't just a corner, he was a personality, the guy who danced on the sideline, needled opponents, and backed it up with picks. His 2020 All-Pro season, 9 interceptions over 3 years, including that league high in his breakout, but the body betrayed him. ACL whispers, AC joint sprains, concussions lurking, the toll of covering elite receivers week in, week out. By 2024 with the Packers, he was a shell of that dominant force, logging just 7 games before the writing appeared on the wall. The move to Baltimore was billed as redemption. A defense stacked with Roquan Smith and that relentless front four, perfect for a corner to thrive in coverage. Yet it fizzled. Reports hinted at chemistry clashes, lingering tweaks, and the pressure of proving worth on a prove-it deal. Enter Philly on November 2, a blockbuster trade that had Birds fans buzzing. The Eagles under Nick Sirianni have built a juggernaut. Jalen Hurts slicing defenses, Saquon Barkley pounding the rock, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith stretching fields. But the secondary, vulnerable. Slay's a vet warrior, but at 33 he needs help. Alexander was that help, or so we thought. His Philly presser painted a rosy picture. Smiling, engaging, calling it a dream come true. He downplayed Baltimore woes, crediting the ease of transition. Media ate it up. Fans dreamed of him blanketing Justin Jefferson or locking C.D. Lamb in divisional clashes. But 4 days later, radio silence, then the Glazer tweet, stepping away to focus on getting himself right. The ambiguity hits hard physically after all those injuries, mentally after the highs and lows. Rossini's note on retirement contemplation adds gravity. At 27 with $84 million in the bank from Green Bay, plus the Ravens deal, he's set financially. But football's siren call doesn't fade easy. For the Eagles, this is triage time. They've cycled through 3 cornerbacks this season, Bennett from the Raiders, Carter II from the Jets, now Alexander from Baltimore. Each with promise, each falling short. The D is held, ranking top 10 in points allowed, but cracks show against aerial attacks. Imagine Alexander healthy, picking off Dak Prescott in Dallas or shadowing Tyreek Hill in Miami. Instead, we're scheming without him, leaning on James Bradberry's return or undrafted gems. Howie's phone must be smoking waivers, trades, even eyeing vets like Stephon Gilmore if he's available. The 7-2 record buys time, but the NFC East is a snake pit. Giants, Cowboys, Commanders lurking. Echoes of Darius Smith linger like a bad dream. Smith arrived hyped, a former All-Pro with the Browns and Vikings, bringing veteran fire. 5 games in, boom, retirement announcement on IG. Focusing on family, he said, leaving a $4.25 million hole. Now Alexander pregame one bows out. Pattern or coincidence in a league where mental health talks grow louder. The NFL's evolving, players prioritizing well-being over the grind. Admirable, sure, but brutal for contenders. Philly's Super Bowl window is wide open. Hurts is 26, the core young and hungry. Losing these edges chips away at the margin. Eagles Nation feels it deep. The city bleeds green, tattoos, flags on porches, kids in number 1 jerseys tossing spirals in parks. We've tasted glory, the 17 parade, last year's repeat chase. This, it's frustration bubbling, questions on roster management, sympathy for Jaire's struggle. Social media's ablaze, memes of Alexander's coin toss fiasco, hot takes on the trades, pleas for the next big splash. But beneath it, resilience. Fly, Philly, fly isn't just a slogan, it's survival. From rocky steps to the Lynx' thunderous roars, this town turns pain into power. Looking ahead, the bye week's a reset. Sirianni preaches focus, players grind tape. Alexander's absence forces creativity, maybe more zone looks, blitz packages to mask the back end. And Jaire, we root for him. If retirement calls, go out a legend. If he returns perhaps to another team or even Philly later, welcome back. Football's family, messy as it is. For now, the Birds perch high, wings spread. The Super Bowl hunt continues undeterred. Under the Link lights, the fire burns eternal. This crew's unbreakable, join the flight because in Philly we don't just play, we soar.